Hey, what's up guys? This is me, Mavo7W Gaming, and today I'm going to show you how to solve a Rubik's Cube for the first time. Now, in the beginning, it might seem really hard to do. It takes most people a couple days to one day to about a week to learn how to do it. But once you know how to do it, it's really easy. Now, I'm not the most experienced person with solving a Rubik's Cube. I can solve in about 30 seconds, but today I'm going to be showing you exactly how to do that. Now, you may not have the same scramble as me, but that doesn't matter too much. It's all the same steps. Now, the first step that you're going to want to do is make a white cross on the white side of the cube. Now, the way that you're going to do this is find pieces that have both white and then another color on that same side. So we're going to start with this orange piece right here. Now, we want to put this white piece up here with the rest of the white. So the easiest way to do that is just to move it down, which pairs it with the yellow center, and then you flip it up and your edge is in properly. Now your next part is just to match up the rest of the edges. So we can see that this next edge can just be put up like that. And sometimes you might get a tricky situation like this where you have to break the top just to put in another piece. Really easy fix, push it down, bring it to the side, and then lift it back up and it keeps it intact. Now you can move this to anywhere and you can slide it up. And as you can see, we have a white cross. Now the second step to making the white cross is to make sure that all of the pieces are actually in the right spots. So what I mean by that is if it's white and orange, you want to have it so that the orange is with the rest of the orange center. So this one is correct. This one's also correct since it's blue and blue. But as you can see, this one is not right since it's green and red, and this one's red and green, which isn't right. Now, if you want to switch these, you just push each one down into the bottom just by flipping it twice. And then you can match it up with the right one, bring it back up, match it up with the right one, and bring it up. And this is the final step to the white cross. You'll see that you have the cross and the edge pieces also match up with their center pieces. Now your second step is definitely a little bit harder, and that's putting your corners into the white cross to make the white side of the cube. Now this is pretty easy, and there's one algorithm that you're going to learn right now. So the easiest way to do this is find what the other two colors are on that white piece. So this one is red and green. So you want to find the red and green centers, and you want to try and put it in here. And the algorithm to do that is really easy. You flip up the right side. So the way that I teach most people is I say up, side, down, other side. Now, as you can see, it didn't put it in facing the right way. So if you just repeat that, going up, side, down, other side, up, side, down, other side, up, side, down, other side, and lastly, up, side, down, other side. As you can see, the corner is in the right spot, and it matches with the two edge pieces. Now, you just want to repeat this with every other corner. So this one is blue, orange, and white. So you want to put it where the blue and orange are, and then you just go up, side, down, other side, and it puts it in. This can take up to doing it 5 times to put it in correctly. So now you repeat, this one is blue and red. And so you put it where blue and red are, and you go up, side, down, other side, 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 and lastly, up, side, down, other side. And it puts it in nicely there. And just to make sure that you have that algorithm stuck in your head, I'm just going to play it for you guys one more time. And this one will take a couple of tries. It'll go up, side, down, other side, up, side, down, other side, up, side, down, other side. And now you should have the entire white side, and all of this should be matched up properly. You've completed the first layer, and that's basically half of solving it. Now it's time for your next step. Now, before moving on, I would practice your up, side, down, other side, just so that you can get used to it and you can be fast with it if you get used to it. And the faster that you can do it, the more impressive you can be when you show people that you can actually solve a Rubik's Cube. Now, the next step is to take these edges that have no yellow on them, and you want to try and put them into their correct spots. Now, this one has orange and green on it, and so what you want to do is match your orange to your orange center. And once you've done that, the next thing that you want to pay attention to is the color on the top. Now, the color on the top for this one is green, so what you're going to do is push it away from the green side. And then with the exact same hand that you pushed it away with, you're going to do your up, side, down, other side, and you'll see that the white is now facing this side. So if you hold the cube in the hand that you haven't used yet, and you go up, side, down, other side, you'll see that that green and orange piece is now in the correct spot. Now, an easier way of seeing this is just match it up, and since there's blue on the top, you want to use this hand to push it away. And once you push it away, you use your up, side, down, other side. And then with the other hand that you haven't done anything else with yet, you would then do your up, side, down, other side. And we just have to repeat this one more time with green. So you match it up with the green, you push it away from red, you go up, side, down, other side, and then you go up, side, down, other side. And that's how you do it. Now, instead of saying upside down, other side, and being, well, just not the greatest at even teaching you how to do this, instead, there's what's called cube notation. Now, this is the right side of the cube, so moving it clockwise would be saying R. And now, since this is the top side, or the up side, moving it clockwise would be called U. And so, when you're doing your upside down, other side, instead, you can call it R, U, and then moving it counterclockwise is called like U prime, for example. So this would be R prime, U prime. And so you'd go R, U, R prime, U prime, R, U, R prime, U prime, R, U, R prime, U prime. And you would just repeat that. It's a lot easier to say. And when you learn proper cube notation, there's a bunch of tutorials on it by people like perm. And it makes it a whole lot easier to get faster at solving the cube. Now, your next step, which is one of the last steps to solving a Rubik's Cube, is you want to try and make the yellow cross. So for this, you'll have 3 different forms of the yellow cross. So you can either get an L shape. If you get an L shape, you want to have it facing this way. You don't want it being facing this way or this way. Always have it facing so that it's down and to the right. Now, to do this, it's almost the exact same as our first algorithm, except you start by turning the front of the cube. Once you've done that, you will go up, side, down, other side, and then you bring it back up, and you should get a line straight across. You don't want to pay attention to the corners yet. Now, once you have a line, what you want to do is hold it this way so that the line is going horizontal. If you're holding it this way, it's not going to solve the cube at all. So what you're going to do is the same thing that you did to turn it into a line. You're going to twist the front of it, and you're going to go up, side, down, other side, and then you'll have your yellow cross on the top. Now, sometimes you won't get an L or a line. Instead, you'll just get a dot right in the center. Now, this only makes it so that your step takes a little bit longer, and instead, you're going to do the exact same thing that you would do if you had an L or if you had a line. You're going to still twist the face and do your up, side, down, other side. And then it'll turn it into an L, which you can then again go up, side, down, other side. And then you can check, once you have your line, you know that you're getting close. Twist the front and you go up, side, down, other side. And now we are in the second last step. Now, you've already learned 2 algorithms. You know your up, side, down, other side. And you also know your front, upside down, other side. But there's one more that you'll have to learn, well, 2 more actually, to be able to solve a Rubik's Cube. And this one, I call it the train. We actually don't have to do it here, but just so that we do have to do it, I'll reset it. Now, the reason I call it the train is because I use that term to make it easier for people to remember. And what you want to do is focus on these edge pieces. Now, as you can see, none of these edge pieces are matching the center, so this red isn't touching, like it would be orange if it was correct, but instead it's red-orange. And so you want to look around, and you want to make sure that you have 2 of them that are right. Well, in the correct spot. So you can look around, and you can see each time that you twist it, it'll get closer, and you'll get these 2 that are in the correct spot. Now, what you're going to do is you're going to hold it so that one of your correct ones are on the right, so right on the right, and also right on the back. So make sure that you're holding it like that, and here's your new algorithm. So you lift up this side, then you see these 2 pieces, you want to push them across. Then you want to close this behind it, and you want to push it across again. Then, so that you can get this piece back in, you lift this up, and then you want to bring this piece back over here. And then you push it back down. And then, when you push it, you should have all of these pieces in the right spot. Now, just so that you can see that again, you want to try and find pieces that are in the right spot, like these 2. And then, what you're going to do is right, side, down, right, up, and then you bring it twice so that the white matches up. You push it back down, and you'll have all of your edges lined up. Now, there's a chance, though, that none of your edges are going to be lined up. So you could get something like, for example, see if I can get one. So you'll try to line some of them up, and you'll get something like this, where you have red over here and orange over here. Now, no matter how you twist this, you're never going to get 2 of them that are right next to each other in the right spot. And so instead, you're just going to do the algorithm one more time. So you want to hold it so that the ones that are in the right spot are on the front and back. And then you do your up, side, down, side, up, and then bring it back. So then it'll have it so that these 2 are in the right spot, and then you repeat. So if you know proper cube notation, like how I suggested you to watch in another video, the cube notation for this is right, up, right prime, up, and then right, U prime, U prime. And then that'll get all of them into the right spot. And now you're in the final step. Now that you're in the final step, you know that you're getting pretty close. You might not get all of these on the yellow top the exact same way that I did. But what you're going to do for this is try to find a corner that's in the right spot. And now what I mean by the right spot is that you'll get something like this, where you have your red and blue with your red and blue centers. Now, it may not be the exact same. You could have it so that you have something like, this really isn't a good example of it, but you might have one where it's twisted like that, and it's still in the right spot because it has green and orange, and it's where the green and orange sides are. So you know that it's in the right spot if it has the right colors in the right spot. Now, this is a brand new algorithm, and I don't remember what I used to call this, but it's pretty easy, and it's kind of like an ice cream machine in a way. So imagine it as, first you have to open it up. So first you're going to do a U. Then you want to push this piece up, and you want to push it away. Now next, you're going to do that same thing with the other side. You're going to lift it up, and then you're going to put this back in the right spot. So now that you can see that this is lined up, you put it back down, and then you want to move this piece back inwards and push it down into it. Now, you might notice that now the corners might be even more messed up, and that just means that you're going to have to do it one more time. So with cube notation, this is U, R, U prime, L prime, and then U, R prime, U prime, L. Now, you know that your corners are in the right spot if all of them have the right colors. So this one has blue and orange, and it's where the blue and orange centers are. So you know that one's in the right spot, so you know that that one's good. Now you want to check the next spot. This one has orange and green, and you can see that it's where the orange and green centers are, so you know that that one's also good. Now this one's red and green, and it's right where the red and green should be. So now you're in the, well, now you're about to finish the final stage of solving a Rubik's Cube. Alright, so this is the end of the final stage. What you're going to do here is it's just like the very beginning when you're putting in the corners. So you'll start with a side where, because this corner is already completely solved, but this one isn't because it's not in the right spot. So you want to have the yellow with the rest of the yellow. So what you're going to do is you're going to do your upside down other side. And you're going to do that until this yellow is facing down here. So you're going to go up, side, down, other side. And now you can see it's in the right spot. Now, don't do this and move the cube over. Instead, you're going to bring the bottom over to where you are. And then you're going to do up, side, down, other side, up, side, down, other side. Now you can see that that one's also in the right spot. So now you move this corner over to where you are, and you go up, side, down, other side, up, side, down, other side. Then, this is the very hardest part of solving a Rubik's Cube. You have to figure out where this blue part goes. Now, there's a couple algorithms to do this. I would suggest doing 2U, which then solves it. I know it's very hard to remember, but most of the time it's not going to be that easy, and it might only be one move away, which is very difficult. Now, let's do a really quick recap. When you're solving the cross, you want to start by matching up the centers and making it so that it's white on the top and you're building that white cross and the edges match with the center. So you want to match your blue with blue and put your white up so that you have red, and then your white, and then you have blue, blue, white. Now you want to keep doing the same thing so that you eventually solve this top cross and the edge pieces match with the center. If you have something like this where you have green, orange, or you have like orange, blue, that doesn't work. And so you need to move it around by just putting them down and flipping them around. Now recap on the second step, that's putting in the corners. So first thing you want to do is find your, just any corner. This one is green and red. So you put it in between the green and red centers and you go up, side, down, other side, and that'll put your corners in. So quick recap, if it has blue and orange on it, you go to blue, orange, and you go up, side, down, other side, upside, down, other side, upside, down, other side, upside, down, other side, upside, down, other side. And it puts that corner in. Recap on your next step, what you're going to do is try to put these edges in. So you want to match up your blue to blue or your red to red. And whatever color it is on the top, you want to push it away. So you're going to push it away. And then with that same hand that you push it away, you want to go upside down, other side. Then with the other hand you haven't used, you're going to hold the side that has the white and you're going to go upside down, other side. Then you just repeat that. So this one is blue and orange, so you push it away from orange. Since I pushed it with this hand, you go upside down, other side. And then, since the white's facing this way, you use your next hand and you go upside down, other side, and it puts that edge in. And you repeat until all you have left is yellow edges, and all of this is solved. Now recap on the last step. You can either get a dot, you can get an L, or you can get a line. Now, if you have a dot, what you're going to do is you're going to push the face down, and you're going to go upside down, other side. Then you're going to flip the face back up, and that will give you your L on the yellow cross. Now, to turn this L into a line, what you're going to do is you're going to twist the face again, and you're going to go upside down, other side, and then you'll get your line. Now, don't hold your line like this. Hold your line like this. You're going to twist the face where there's no part of the yellow line, and you're going to go upside down, other side. You're going to untwist, and then you're going to have your yellow cross. Recap on the third last step. What you're going to do is you're going to try and find edges that match. So this edge matches, and this edge matches. So you want to get two of them next to each other that match, or two across from each other. What you're going to do is you're going to hold the right to the right, and the one that's also, the other one that's right to the back. Then what you're going to do is you're going to go up, side, down, side, up, and then flip it back. And then once you twist it once, you'll have all of these edge pieces in the right spots. Now, this is the second last step. Just a quick recap, what you're going to do. Find a corner that's in the right spot. like this one. And what you're going to do is hold that one with your right hand in the front, and you're going to go side, up, other side, up. Then you're going to go side, down, other side, down. And you're going to repeat that until all of these other ones match up with the correct colors. So you want red, blue with your red, blue. You want blue, orange with your blue and orange. And you're going to want green and orange with your green and orange. So then what you're going to do as the last step, you're going to flip your cube over so that white's on the top. And you're going to just do the very first algorithm, which is upside, down, other side. And you're going to do that until the yellow's in the bottom. Then you're going to flip the yellow on the bottom across so that you have your new one that's not in the right spot. You're going to go upside, down, other side, upside, down, other side. Now it's in the right spot. Flip it across, upside, down, other side, upside, down, other side. Then you get back to the trickiest part, which is just 2 turns, and you've solved your cube. Now, I do suggest other tutorials if you didn't understand this one. This was just a really quick starter tutorial, and it's my first tutorial doing on Rubik's Cubes. But I would definitely suggest Perm's tutorial. He is the person who got me to be able to learn how to solve a Rubik's Cube, and he's definitely way better at teaching than I am. And he also has a video on cube notation, I believe, and I would definitely suggest watching that to get the proper algorithms. I hope this video helped you out for your first time solving a Rubik's Cube, and I hope that you guys will watch some of my other tutorials. Have a good day. Hope this taught you how to solve a Rubik's Cube, and just keep practicing at it. You'll get it eventually. See ya. Hey, I learned all of this because of a guy. His name is Perm. He's a very famous YouTuber, and he's the one who taught me all of this. And I hope that you'll also go subscribe to him, because without him, this video wouldn't exist.